Well, music stands are such a pain in the ass.
I've walked in 100 music stands in my life.
I believe it. I believe it. I'm that way with sax stands. Like this guy makes these real small one. I use no weight. I tour with it, and I've had it forever. But you end up laying your shoes.
Actually, that's what I saw on email.
It's my sound check notes. I won't need any, but just those guys, whatever they need.
Well, good evening, everyone. How are you? I thought there were more people in the house. How you doing tonight? There we go. City crowd. Let's make it happen. My name is Chris Collins. I'm the president and artistic director of the Detroit Jazz Festival, which we collaborate annually now with the Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe to present this very special evening of aspiring vocalists from our area. They're all 18 years or under. And they come and these are the finalists. They'll sing tonight. The winner receives a cash award along with a performance at the 2025 Detroit Jazz Festival. We will announce the winner in our social and on the website at the beginning of next week because we like to let the singers know first. So it's quite a collection from different schools and different places. It's going to be amazing. The quick story behind this is years ago, I met with Willie McAllister when I first came into the Jazz Fest at Min, and I asked him what could the foundation do to support DPS and to support the region of musicians. And the one thing he prioritized was how many great vocalists we have that are youth that come up through the churches, through the gospel choirs, at home. As you know, in the Detroit area, parents, grandparents are still spinning, Coltrane and Nat King Cole on the record, so they know this music for real. They really know the difference between jazz and the other forms of music that often get characterized. And so he said, if you could do something with that to give them more opportunity, it'd be great. And so thus was created the Detroit Jazz Fest Foundation Youth Vocal Competition to celebrate the people in that generation and each generation that really understand and want to capture this music. And I will tell you, we've had Grammy-nominated vocalists go on to have careers that started in this very program. So we're all in for a big treat. A very special thanks, the last thing I'll say before we get started, because this is important. As you know, nothing happens in the arts without philanthropy. It is not a profit-driving industry. Just look at the fashion sense of the musicians. Oh, he looked pretty good, actually. Yeah. Yeah, what he's not telling you is it was his confirmation this afternoon. Yes. So. I didn't say first communion because that was stretching. This only happens because of the philanthropists and the donors behind these things. There's no stream of funds, and we do not ask the musicians to play for free, and we certainly want to reward the aspiring artists when they achieve excellence. So a huge round of applause. She wasn't able to be with us because she was not feeling ill. She's here every single year. She's been supporting the Detroit Jazz Festival with her company and a sponsorship for a decade. And she's been supporting the Youth Jazz Vocal Competition for 8 years because she believes in stepping up as an individual and as a company and supporting youth, particularly when they're striving for excellence in the challenges of an art form and a creative form like jazz. So please give it up. She's watching on the live stream. Her name is Lauren Underwood. The company is Bingham Legal Group. They're making this happen tonight. Give it up. Lauren, thank you. God bless you, honey. I love you. Hope you feel better. Hope you feel better. Okay, so I think let's get the ball rolling. I'm going to give you just a quick introduction, and we're going to hear these 5 marvelous vocalists one at a time. First of all, from Detroit Public Schools, DPSCD Renaissance High School, for Renaissance fans in the house. Yeah. A couple back there. There's a rumble with Cass in the back at 9 o'clock if you want to join us. Please welcome to the bandstand, Miss, I want to say it right, Miss Palace Bibs. Palace Bibs, there she is.
Hi, as stated before, my name is Palace Bibs, and tonight I will be singing How High the Moon and Misty. And the reason why I really got into jazz was because, well, one, my wonderful teacher, Mr. Deose, and also when I was younger, I was really into Ella Fitzgerald. So, yeah. Ready?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Somewhere there's music, how faint the tune. Somewhere there's heaven, how high the moon. There is no moon above when love is far away too. Till it comes true that you love me as I love you. just holding your hand. Walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play. Or it might be the sound of your hello, that music I hear. I get misty the moment you're near. Can't you see that you're leading me on? And it's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you on. My own. Would I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my gloves? I'm too misty and too much in love. Can't you see that you're leading me on? And it's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you on my own. Would I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my gloves? I'm too misty and too much in love. I'm too misty and too much in
Let's hear it one more time for Palace. Bravo. The most common question I get asked is, do youth generations get this music? Do they know the tradition and the language? Well, there's proof. I heard the wonderful tradition. I heard the influence of the greats, and your own thing on top of it. Really, really beautiful. Before we continue, I want to introduce you to this marvelous house band. They're some of the best in Detroit, some of the best musicians, composers, but there's also a very important element of all three of these cats. They are really generous and giving year-round mentors to the next generations, and a couple of them have taught more than one generation at this point. On the piano, you all know him very well, Mr. Scott Gwinnell on the piano. He is in the top list of so many young musicians that give him credit for giving them direction and trajectory. He does outreach programs that he's forwarded for years now, youth jazz camps and many other things that would not exist without Scott Gwinnell. Thanks, Scott. Good to have him here. On the bass, Mr. Jeff Pedras. And I could talk forever about Jeff because I've seen him do so many amazing things, but one thing I want to point you to is I had the great fortune to see the project in action that he started at Parks and Labor. Is his name, what's the city it's in?
Melvindale.
In Melvindale, Parks and Labor. And dig this. It's a jam session that he leads. He sends out a list of tunes before each jam session, so everybody can feel comfortable. They can pick and choose what they want to do, so it takes some of the stress off for younger players. And he calls the tunes. He provides lead sheets. He provides reference recordings to anyone who wants to be a part of it on his Facebook and social media. And at the end of the night, he already has all the materials for the next jam session waiting at the door. It's incredibly organized to get young people to come up and be part of jam sessions that they want to be, but alleviate some of the stress and do it in a very thoughtful and generous way. Mr. Jeff Pedras. Thank you, Jeff. The young man on drums, Mr. Louis Jones III. Do not confuse him with Louis Jones the First or the Second. He gets a little hot about that. Louis Jones III. Louis, I've known this young man since he was in middle school, pretty much, and he was in almost all of the Detroit Jazz Festival youth programs at J.C. Hurd Jazz Week. He graduated from the jazz program at Wayne State University, and he's out doing his own thing, which just a couple of months ago, he was part of our All-Star Generations band and toured in Japan with other greats from our community of aspiring musicians, and he has a feature performance on the amphitheater stage right before John Schofield at the 2025 Detroit Jazz Festival with his new band, his compositions, a really fresh vision of jazz, but with all the tradition intact. Somebody that's been a joy to watch grow. Mr. Louis Jones III. So I'm going to get out of the way now and continue, and from University of Liggett, as I said, is a regional competition. And Ava, if I mess up your last name, in fact, I'm just going to, where's Ava? Tell me your last name. It is Necker. N-O-E-K, yeah. Gotcha. Please welcome the bandstand for her second year, and this is really cool because vocalists come back till they're 18, and often we see the progression of their skills, and it's really special, and Ava's a representative of that. So back again, please welcome Ava Necker to the bandstand.
I got one for rent over here. $10 a tune. It's a bargain.
Okay, wait. Let me just, you know what? There
That's
we go.
right.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. He already said my name, but I'm Ava Valentina Necker. It's nice to see you all tonight. Yeah. I'm 16 years old. I I listen to a lot of jazz music. I feel like it influenced me a lot when I was growing up because of my uncle, RJ. He's in a jazz band. So I grew up going to his gigs and always wanting to be on stage. And I didn't know how to sing, so they didn't let me on stage. So I learned how to sing. How's about that? Yeah, so first up, I'm going to be singing Fly Me to the Moon. Among the stars, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Okay. Next up, this might be kind of geared towards the younger crowd, but have you ever been on a vacation and seen a guy and been like totally in love with him for 20 minutes before he leaves to go to a different place with his family? Yeah, okay. That's what I feel every time I sing this song, so I'm going to be singing Orange Colored Sky. When out of an orange-colored sky, flash, bam, alakazam, wonderful you came by. I was humming a tune, drinking in sunshine, when out of that orange-colored view, wham, bam, alakazam, I gotta look at you. Well, one look and die out timber. Watch out for flying glass.
Ava Necker. Let's hear it for Ava. Yeah, bravo.
Thank you, everybody.
Bravo. You know, it's a testament to the quality of the Great American Songbook that folks of all generations recognize this music and keep it alive with such craft and such a thoughtful approach to the music. Orange Colored Sky, I love the tune, and you don't hear it enough, but you're keeping it alive. 16 years old, you're singing Orange Colored Sky. That's amazing. It's amazing. Bravo. One word is people often ask. There are judges, a couple folks here in the club, and there's folks online, and myself. But the director of our coordinator and director of our education programs at the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation is here with us, and he works to put all these marvelous things together. Everybody involved knows who he is. Please give it up for Mr. Chuck Newsom, who's here with us tonight. One of a kind. We just finished the J.C. Hurd Jazz Week at Wayne, which was a whole week long, nearly 40 students. They have to audition in. No one can pay to be there, and no one has to pay. It's completely free to all the, and it's some of the most amazing musicians from across the country actually working together, all 18 years or younger. So this is quite the youth week, and Chuck's been busy tearing his hair out, making everything happen. So thank you, Chuck. But I want to introduce to just one judge. We don't like to make a big deal about judges because we want them to do what they do. We have a very special guest here. She is just this coming fall will be beginning her career at Wayne State, but beginning it as one of the two Gretchen C. Valade graduate assistants in jazz, which provides overload for all their credits. There's a salary attached to it. It's a regular university contract, benefits the whole 9 yards, and it's very difficult to earn. She's a vocalist of great talent and also really invested in the community and outreach and all the things it takes to be successful. And that's important because the graduate assistants work with me at the Gretchen C. Valade Jazz Center to get that venue going and meet Gretchen Valade's vision. And she's one of our judges tonight. Please welcome, new to the Wayne State scene and the Gretchen C. Valade graduate assistant in jazz, Kyla Deose. And if you haven't heard her sing, you will soon enough, right? You know, we'll get some things happening. So we're gonna continue now, and I've got to make sure I call people in order. Excuse me. Business. Oh, I just won that eBay auction. It's great. I got a new mouthpiece. It's great. Is eBay still a thing? It's still, of course it is. You should come to my house on a Sunday night late. That's all it is, man. Anyway, as I said, it's wonderful to see such a diverse collection from different schools because this is something important that everything we do, we try to reach into all of the schools and let them know, even if they don't have a big program, because sometimes you find folks that are in that southern school or out in a suburban school or even further out in the country, and they're loving this music and keeping it alive. So it's so wonderfully important. Our next singer, please welcome the bandstand for the 2025 Detroit Jazz Fest Youth Vocal Competition presented by Bingham Legal and Lauren Underwood. Please welcome from DPSCD, Mary Grove High School, Kyla Deose. Kyla Deose. Yeah, Kyla. Kyla Deose. I'm sorry. I'm terrible with names. Thank you, Kyla. It's all you. We'll take your time.
Hi, everybody. How are we feeling? I know you guys got your food, so I hope we're feeling great. My name is Kyla Deose. I'm a recent graduate from Mary Grove High School, formerly known as Mary Grove College. And today I'm going to be singing Social Call and Sweet Pumpkin, which are two tunes that most people don't know. So obviously I chose the difficult ones. And I'm going to try to tell a story as if my boyfriend were here. Yeah. So I'm going to start off with Social Call. Doorway, I gave you a buzz, that's all. Lately I thought lots about you, so I thought I'd pay a social call. Do you recall the old days? We used to have a ball. Not that I'm lonesome without you, I just thought I'd pay a social call. I'd lie and say that things are just well, but to tell the truth, I haven't been too well. But if you should try to kiss me, I promise that I won't stall. Maybe we'll get back together, starting from this incidental, elemental, simple social call. I happen to pass your doorway. I gave you a buzz, that's all. Lately, I thought lots about you, so I thought I'd pay a social call. Do you recall the old days? We used to have a ball. Not that I'm lonesome without you, I just thought I'd pay a social call. I lie and say that things are just well, but to tell the truth, I haven't been too well. But if you should try to kiss me, I promise that I won't stall. Maybe we'll get back together, starting from this incidental, elemental, simple social call. I lie and say things are just well, but to tell the truth, I haven't been too well. But if you should try to kiss me, I promise that I won't stall. Maybe we'll get back together, starting from this incidental, elemental, simple social call. Starting from this incidental, elemental, simple social call. Thank you. And then the next song that I'm going to be singing is Sweet Pumpkin, so the aftermath of the social call. Do you know something? I'm in love with you. Won't you be a sweet pumpkin? Say you love me too. If you do, I'm certain we could be one of the happiest couples in this society. I be a sweet pumpkin, say that you love me too. And if you do, I am certain we could be one of the happiest couples in this society. And I've got a feeling that I'm just your style. Go on, admit it, and walk right down that aisle. Don't you be shy, just put your arms around me. You'll get plenty of loving, just you wait and see. Can't you tell we were meant to be together? And a wedding bell would be ours to ring forever and ever. Let's make a booking to be man and wife. Say yes, good looking. Let me share your life, yours to me. Everything that is divine. Be a sweet pumpkin, say that you'll be mine. Can't you tell we were meant to be together? And a wedding bell will be ours to ring forever and ever. Let's make a booking to be man and wife. Say yes, good looking, or let me share your life, yours to me. Everything that is divine. Be a sweet pumpkin, say that you'll be mine. Be a sweet pumpkin, say that you'll be mine. Thank you.
Kyla Deose, everyone. Kyla Deose. Yeah, man, Samara got nothing on you. That's fantastic. I heard that tune on one of my dad's jukeboxes, a Bill Henderson recording. I don't know if it was the original back in the 50s. It's a great tune. Well, I don't know if I've ever actually played that tune. Maybe once years ago. That's a great composition. Bravo. Wonderful. We're gonna move right ahead. I often tell people I wouldn't have been lucky enough to get my wife to agree to my proposal of marriage 30-some years ago. My little trick was I was playing Johnny Hartman in the background, which set the tone, and that locked the deal, So I highly recommend it. And the reason I bring that up is because so many of the great vocalists in the American jazz world are male vocalists that have reinvented this music in a beautiful way. And just very quickly, everyone thinks of Nat King Cole. A number of years ago, we had his brother do a tribute to him and Natalie, which he had never done for sentimental reasons, but he did it. And then each night we made a deal with Paramount, who had in their archives the recordings of the Nat King Cole late night show, which preceded the Tonight Show and everything you've ever seen. It was long before that, and they just couldn't get the funding after the first season to continue it, but we were able to get Paramount to allow us to show those. And I got to tell you what, man, it was the late night show format, completely laid out years before it was known. But the guests were like Eartha Kitt and Dizzy Gillespie and Stan Getz. The Nat King Cole, it was absolutely amazing. In fact, when we digitized some of them, they fell apart because they were so old, but we saved most of them. And it was really fascinating. Search around for the Nat King Cole late night show. It shows how amazing and what incredible thinkers some of these jazz artists were beyond just being great musicians. And I bring that up because our next vocalist from Plymouth High School brings us a taste of the male vocal acumen, along with an incredible sense of style, by the way. I was complimenting out on his tie a little earlier, and looking forward to hearing him play. Please welcome from Plymouth High School, Nicholas Rogers.
All right, hello everybody. I'm Nicholas Rogers. First, let's just get to know each other a little bit. So I'm from Plymouth High School. Honestly, how I started getting into jazz, it was kind of an accident. I wanted to join an ensemble of some kind, love music, and then I joined a jazz ensemble. And then sometimes, you know, when you you're just a little hungry, you're a little peckish, you try someone else's food at the table, and you're like, oh, I need some more of that. So I tried it on for size, and I need some more of that. So here I am. And I'll be doing this really gorgeous Ellington composition called Solitude. All right, cool.
Yeah, go up to the hour. That's great. Okay. Go up to the diamond at the top. I like that.
My chair, I'm filled with despair. There's no one could be so blue. With blues everywhere, I sit and I stare. I know that I'll soon go mad. My solitude, I pray. Dear Lord above, send back my love. Solitude, I'm praying, oh, I pray, dear Lord above, send back my So, next tune I'm doing, it's called All of Me, and I think this song, it's got just these gorgeous lyrics. They're so well written, and I think one of the things that's important to know about this song, at least how I understand it, is I think as a young person, but especially just anyone, throughout your life, you're learning to be a lot of things, a lot, I guess, of who you are. And I think people see that sometimes and they think, what can I take from that? Like, what can I steal from this? Because I can't let this person have all of this. And so I think of this song as a rousing ode to everything that you have left. Because this person didn't take all of you, and I want to know why. How were they unable to take me? And so that's how I'm kind of interpreting this song. Cool. All right. A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3, 4. All of me. Why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? My lips, I want to lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. Oh, how can I go on without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? Take all of me. Oh, can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Oh, your goodbye, it left me with eyes that cry. Oh, how can I go on here without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all? Why not take all? Why not take all of me?
Nicholas Rogers. Yeah, let's hear it one more time for Nicholas.
Can we also hear it for the band
Right.
really quickly? Y'all are awesome.
Yeah, bravo. Thank you, Nicholas. That's great. I gotta get me one of them ties, man. That works with blue. It works. We want to say a very special thanks for really since the beginning, a long-term collaborative relationship with this club that keeps jazz alive 24/7. Give it up for the Dirty Dog and all the cats here. Carol back there, the incredible staff, and of course all of you. And I do want to ask if we could all give a big hand, including the finalists here tonight, to all the families that support their kids in this. This is very special. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. It does not happen otherwise, and you can imagine your son or daughter coming home and saying, "I'm going to be a jazz musician, not a doctor." Always gets the reaction that you would expect. So thank you all for supporting your families. I do want to call out just one more person. We have our finalist coming up, and she's someone who represents, I think, the best of all of us. As I said, throughout history, real art, real creative thinking requires philanthropy, and if a community, if a culture chooses not to value a certain arts form and they don't support it, it disappears. In future generations, we look back in history and, you know, we think of Mozart in Vienna, we think of Coltrane in New York, we think of Marcus Belgrave here in Detroit. And these are the artists that were able to survive and thrive in those settings. It's because the culture valued what they did. But the culture has to make those decisions on future generations, look back on cultures and judge them as to where their priorities lie. And I know here in the Detroit area, the priorities are pretty darn good because we value creativity and justified by the incredible amount of musics that have been given birth here in this city or been propagated at a very high level. So we're in a very special place. And there's a lady here who I met with her husband, the great Mel Wanzo, great trombonist with the Basie Orchestra, and I just love her to death because it's not only that she supports things, she walks around and gets other folks. She lets them know what's happening, and she says we have to make it happen, right? Right, Carolyn? She can't even sit still. She's ready to take off that hat and pass it around the tables. Please say very special thanks to a super important woman who keeps this music and this art alive in our community, Miss Carolyn Wanzo, one of our angels of jazz. And one other, I think your sister or at least your cousin, because she's cut from the same bolt of cloth. Every year she invites friends out to meet at her house and they have a party and talk about what they need to do to support the Detroit Jazz Festival and the incredible artists in our community. And her dear husband, God rest his soul, Joe, they went to great lengths year after year after year, and she continues that tradition. And just both Carolyn and Gloria have a very special place in my heart for keeping the music alive that I love so much, and I know it's so very important. Miss Gloria Miller's with us. Gloria, God bless you, honey. These are two of our Angels of Jazz, our new campaign. If you have any interest in supporting these kind of programs or the largest premier free jazz festival, one of the last left in the world, because it's hard to do. We got to raise, starting the day after the festival, we have to start looking for the next $5 million, because it's $5 million every year, and that does not come from any single source. We have incredible donors and corporate sponsors. We have the ongoing gifts from the Gretchen Siebel-Lade Endowment of the Arts, and her spirit's always with us. But we need to build on that generosity if you want your children and your grandchildren to be able to go down to Detroit for the incredible jazz festival it is and be able to just walk right in. So when you can, please do visit DetroitJazzFest.org, and you can donate $1, and it'll make a difference. Or you can do something long term, or as we say, earn your wings, as Gretchen would say, and become an angel of jazz. It's a $1,000 philanthropic donation, and there are certain wonderful gifts and pleasures that come along with it. But think about it, because as you can see, these are important moments in our lives and in youth's lives, and we want to keep it going forever and ever and ever. So. With that being said, we are to our final finalists. Just a reminder, our judges will make a decision over the next few hours, and then we'll be making an announcement early in this week on our social media channels and on the websites. And for the finalists here, we'll be contacting you directly so you know what's up. And for those of you who don't succeed to the top level, know that I enjoyed every single performance tonight. It was really... In addition to the great repertoire we just heard, it was creatively done. The personality of the individuals, that's really what jazz is all about, in one way or another, is to reflect who you are in your life. So everybody, I don't want to say everybody's a winner, because they can't be. We don't give everybody a trophy, but you can always come back next year if you remain under 18 years old, and that's a big secret to it. And seek out people like Scott and others that can mentor you in this wonderful art form, and keep your nose to the grindstone, and get better and better, and come back and tear it up each time. So please welcome our final finalist, our fifth finalist in the 2025 Detroit Jazz Fest Foundation's Youth Jazz Vocal Competition, presented by Bingham Legal and Miss Lauren Underwood. One more time for Lauren before we let her go. Lauren, God bless you, honey. Thank you. Thank you. And here we go. Please welcome from Northville High School, Grace Markell Robinson. Grace Markell Robinson.
Hi, I'm Grace. First of all, I just want to say I'm so excited to be here, and I've met so many incredible people on this journey. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to be singing Lullaby of Birdland and Girl Talk. And I chose these songs just because I really, really just love the sound that they make and just the feeling I get when I sing them. So, yeah. Just like a little one.
Okay.
Like after the first, like A.
I'll pick up where you left off.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Okay.
Give us your tempo.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Lullaby of birdland, that's what I
all been planned. So take my hand, please understand. The sweetest girl talks about you. It's all been planned, so take my hand, please understand. The sweetest girl talks to you. Talks to you. Talks to
Grace Markel Robinson.
you.
Let's hear it for her. Let's hear it for Grace. Bravo, bravo. Beautiful. You know what, I really, there's so many things to like there, but you know something I really appreciate as a musician, and every musician on this bandstand will agree with me, the thoughtfulness you put into selecting your tempos. You took a minute to take a breath, and that's where it all begins. If the tempo ain't right, man, it's a great thing. So congratulations, Grace. Great job. So that brings us to the end of our finalists for the 2025 Detroit Jazz Festival Youth Vocal Competition, presented by Bingham Legal and Lauren Underwood and the Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe and the Detroit Jazz Fest Foundation. We have about 30 minutes of music that they played them all. If you play Orange Colored Sky backwards, it's actually Duke Ellington's Song of Love. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, you'll dig it. That's why there's not a pickup bar, and it feels like a pickup bar. Anyway, so we're going to turn it over to them. The judges are going to gather over the next few hours, and we'll be tabulating everything. Once again, if you're interested in supporting these kind of things, please visit DetroitJazzFest.org. And you too can be a judge tonight. I know some of you have asked me they'd like to judge, they'd like to put it, and I would welcome that. You just put your vote on the back of a $100 bill and hand it to any of the staff, and we'll make sure it gets to where it needs to get to. But I consider, by the way, that just reminds me, though, one interesting fact. Our auditors this year were blown away because this never happens. The Detroit Jazz Festival, 85 cents of every dollar donated, 85 cents, 85% goes directly to programming. In case you think we're all making a lot of money. My whole staff, they're some of the best, and they work their tails off to make it happen. And hopefully you can all join us over the 4-day weekend, or you can join us on our live free streams that happen throughout the festival on our YouTube channels and social channels and at DetroitJazzFest.org. That's also free, by the way, and last year was metric by a California company that showed that 2 million unique viewers over 4 days in 36 countries watched the Detroit Jazz Festival. It's amazing. It's amazing. We go into syndication next year. I'm very excited about it. Anyway, so I'm going to turn over to this marvelous trio to do their thing and show us what it's all about. Guys, thank you for the work with these wonderful vocalists today and for all you do. Please welcome the trio, Scott Gwinnell, Jeff Pedros, and Louis Jones III.
need to? How about
Stars fell in Alabama. Oh, let's say something.
I don't like standing up here by myself without saying nothing, but if we haven't met, my name's Jeff Pedros. I hope everyone's having a great time. Is everyone having a great time here tonight? There we go. There are a few thank yous I think are in order. First of all, it was unbelievable. We had so many great young singers here, and thank you to Detroit Jazz Festival for making all this happen. Beautiful. But I also want to take a second just to acknowledge the incredible staff here at the Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe has been serving you great food all night. I always consider this place it was kind of home for me when I first moved here from my hometown of Philadelphia, and I found my way into this club about 15 years ago, and I made friends with everybody here, including Miss G, Gretchen Vilade. And Gretchen liked this song, and there were a couple other regulars that also used to love this song. And I'm going to play a little version of Stars Fell in Alabama for you all. Just a short and sweet version of it. But also put your hands together for my friends here, these dear cats. Scott Gwinnell on the piano, everybody. And Louis Jones III on the drums. That's right. Anyway, here's a little Stars Fell in Alabama for you. I don't know what my key is. Let's do it in B flat. All right. I'm not going to sing it. I'm going to play it. She liked this song. One, two, three.
Voyage?
I already knew it.
How's Voyage go? Yeah, there we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
Good hit. Scott, sorry, I never knew there was a back to this. Yep. I know this because I had these two fronts and I was like, oh, it's cartoon. Sorry, I didn't realize that.
Likewise, thank you. Sounded great.
Yes.
You sounded great. Great song selection, intonation, yeah.
Hey, real pleasure. Great job.